Hey guys, in today's video I'm painting on an Africa-shaped wood panel. I bought it at Michael's during Black History Month. This is my first time painting on a wood panel and using spray paint. I first prepped the panel by sanding it and applying a couple layers of gesso, after which I used the spray paint. The gesso helps give the paint something to stick to, kind of like primer. I chose to paint on an Africa wood panel being that I grew up in Kenya. It's a small country in East Africa. The lower portion of this piece is the Kenyan flag. The black in the flag represents the people, the red represents the bloodshed to attain independence, the white represents peace, green represents the land, and lastly the Maasai shield in the center represents the defense of freedom. I lived in Kenya for a decade. It was a very interesting experience. I initially lived in the countryside and I got my first experience outside of American city life. Seeing livestock regularly and eating freshly grown food was an awesome change. I was a child when I moved over there. School was completely different than what I was used to. The hours were so much longer and the workload was pretty huge. Sadly, I was the only American in most of the schools I went to and was bullied because of it. Since that was a regular experience for me, my school life initially was pretty miserable. Although there were loads of negatives to moving to Kenya, I got a lot more positives out of it. For starters, I learned a new language, Swahili. I got more in touch with some of my roots, being that my mother is Kenyan. I was overweight as a child and I got more into physical activity. I love being in nature more because of it as well. I made really cool friends, some of which I'm still friends with today. Also, because of some of the hard times I went through, I've grown to appreciate the struggle and hustle of life. When I get through a difficult situation or task, I feel a great sense of pride in myself. I feel like that pride and confidence helps me get through life. One of the greatest takeaways from my time in Kenya was getting exposed to the culture. As Kenyan culture is pretty traditional, some elements of it are a little old-fashioned and sometimes sexist. But there are a lot of positives to it as well. I appreciate how in the culture a man needs to step up and take care of his wife and children. I really appreciate the general respect you're expected to have for your elders and those around you. It also promotes men being strong-willed and persevering through adversity. Women can possess all these traits and values as well, but as it pertains to a man trying to climb the ladder of life, those values really help me. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the video.
You